Before we get absolutely mortal, I'd like to remind everyone that this podcast contains two pissed up gays with their opinions, rants and raves in life, and overall explicit content, which we know you will love. Everyone and anyone is welcome to this podcast, so strap yourself in, pour yourself a large one, down it, and pour another, and let's get this going and read between the wines.
Well, this is different.
We made it.
We did make it. I don't know whether I'm tired, jet lagged, or hungover. I mean, I certainly drank a lot on that plane.
Yeah, I'm feeling tired.
But we move.
We move.
We've only been here less than 24 hours and we're literally filming a podcast.
Well, I mean, we've already been to the Cellar Orange once. I've already done the Bucking Punko once.
Well,
I'm putting it down to my poor showing as just being tired, maybe slightly hungover.
Well, you certainly showed your riding skills off to the whole of West Hollywood, let's put it that way. Anyway.
Many years of practice.
But yeah, we're here. We are in the City of Angels, and this is a slightly different format to what we're used to. We're no longer in the Pink Palace, as I like to say. We are literally away.
Yeah.
But yeah, we made it, and we are at episode 7.
Indeed we are. Oh.
I do feel very TikTok influencer at the moment, you know, filming in the US. But, well, yeah, we're here. I mean, I'd say how's the week, but it's probably been a bit of a weird one because we were in the UK for one point and now we're in the US.
Well, exactly, yeah.
So, yeah, it's been
I don't know, that's a long flight. It feels like a different world.
It's a fucking bullshit flight, that's what it is. That would be my rant. Like, my rant would be flying for 11 and a half fucking hours, but I do have another rant, so we'll get there in a minute. But on the whole, I think the week's been good.
Been good. Absolutely, yeah.
It's been like since Thursday, a very wet week in terms of drinking. Certainly smashed a few glasses of wine back in the lounge in Heathrow, and then obviously on the flight as well. It'd be rude not to. It's all complimentary.
Well, yeah, you're on holiday.
So yeah.
Oh, not to mention the cheeky can we had on the train at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, it's holiday. There's you have no sense of time, do you, when you're going away? So fuck it.
It's midday somewhere in the world.
Although I have struggled to get used to the 8-hour time difference. That's been a bit of a bitch, and it always is, but this is just day one.
Yeah, exactly.
So we will get used to it.
We will get used to it.
But yeah. Rant. So I do have a fucking rant, and this is a fresh rant, and my rant is US border. The US border, and then fucking assholes at the US border, which make you feel like a fucking criminal. Now, I know it's quite a tense time and a tense situation when you get to the border in any country, but why is it in the US they're fucking 10 times worse? Like, they make you feel like you're a fucking criminal. They really make you feel like you're a fucking criminal. They look down their nose at you, they ask you all sorts of questions, which I get is part of their job, but they're assholes, absolute fucking assholes, until the point when they're satisfied that you're not a threat. Then they go, welcome to the US. You know, you don't do that. Like, I hate it. I've never felt so on edge than I do when I'm at the US border, and I fucking hate those people.
And especially as someone who doesn't know how to bite their tongue very often.
Well, yeah, because you've got to. You're at the fucking US border. They can refuse you fucking entry and all that money you spent getting to Hollywood.
I remember the first time I went to America. Actually, no, maybe it wasn't the first time. Maybe it was the second time, because I was with my family. And I made a joke to the agent just because I was trying to be friendly, and as we came out, my brother was like, I can't believe you tried to make them laugh. Just get through it, just answer their questions.
I mean, they are literally the most miserable fucking arseholes on this planet. But anyway, yeah, that's my rant for this week. It's not going to be a major rant. It's not going to be a long one. It's fucking US border.
Yeah.
But
at least it would be nice to have like a hot agent like pat you down, maybe, but...
Well, a strip search. Little strip search. I mean, you'd have to put something up there, though, to make it worthworthhile, wouldn't you? Like,
I'll find a thing or two.
Well, probably still can, to be honest. There's probably stuff lurking up there from fucking years ago. Anyway, no, but probably not actually having anything incriminating on you in the US is probably not a good idea.
No, exactly, yeah.
Depends on how long you want to be there.
Exactly.
But yeah, fucking US border.
I'm glad you didn't put in the special packages.
Oh yes, I was going to talk about that. I wanted to put a dildo in your hand luggage, didn't I? I thought that would be a really good, fun idea. But that was more Heathrow, like when you get security, you know what I mean? You have to get all your stuff out and they ask for your electronics. It's not a toothbrush that's vibrating. It's a big fucking Big fat dildo. But yeah, I didn't do that. I mean, I did think about it. I'm not going to lie. I did think about it. But anyway, must admit, this is a much nicer setup. We are in... Look at this place. It's amazing. We are staying at Hotel Ziggy, which was once called the Grafton on Sunset. I have stayed here before. But this is very quirky and I love it. It's not quite the Andaz, but it's a different vibe. This is very quirky and cool and alternative, whereas the Andaz is a bit straight-laced.
Yeah. Well, we haven't been to the Andaz. Oh, you have, but I haven't been to the Andaz yet. We'll obviously go there.
It is lovely. Every hotel in West Hollywood is lovely, apart from the Best Western or places like that, which I refuse to fucking stay in. But yes, Hotel Ziggy is wonderful, and it is right on Sunset, and it's minutes from all of my favourite hangouts. Naughty Pig, we'll be going there tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
My favourite karaoke bar in Hollywood. I cannot wait to go. Just need to stay up.
Yeah, exactly.
Just need to fucking stay up. But yeah, on the whole, it's been a surreal week. We started off the week in shitty London, and we are here in sunny LA.
Here we are.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Ran over. So obviously last week we spoke about, it was the gay rodeo, wasn't it? And it was things that make us really embarrassed.
Absolutely.
Things that cringe us out. And as I said in the last week's episode, I said there's probably going to be loads of stories while we're here, which will probably cringe us out as well. But
that's all to come in the episode 8.
Well, yeah, we can bring it all back to that. We'll have a little revisit. But this week's one, we thought we'd try and tie in with a little bit of Hollywood and make it a little bit LA.
Yeah.
So we came up with, well, actually, you know, we love gay rights, right?
Absolutely.
We're all for gay rights. We love gay rights. But we never talk about the gay wrongs, do we? We never talk about the gay wrongs.
And boy, are there were lots of gay wrongs.
Plenty gay wrongs. And if we think that they're acceptable, right? So keeping with that theme, we tried to make it really cringy LA by writing a series of puns, which have been really fucking shit, if I'm honest. But
we are best British sense of humour to the West Coast.
But yeah, gay wrongs. And I suppose the first one that we came up with, which is a topic of conversation, is cruising.
Yeah.
I think we spoke about cruising and kinks and fetishes in episode 1?
Episode 2.
Oh yeah, fucking hell, that seems like a lifetime ago now. But anyway, cruising on Hodeo-drive. Quite proud of that. And if we think cruising on holiday is acceptable, I suppose the first question will be, is cruising in general acceptable? But is cruising on holiday acceptable?
I mean, everyone likes a bit of a holiday romance, right? I mean, not that I'm saying it's going to end up in a marriage or anything like that.
Well, there's a difference between a holiday romance and cruising.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Because you're going out just to find the D.
Yeah. Well, you're on holiday, you want to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, a bit fucking risky though, isn't it? You don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose it's risky in London, right?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah. Of course it is, yeah. But then also, you know, obviously, depends who you're with. Like, if you're with family or a partner or something like that, maybe don't go cruising by yourself.
Well, the annoying thing about LA is you have to get taxis everywhere. Like, you can walk, but nothing is in walking distance. So a dick, probably you need to get an Uber. So it could be fucking expensive cruising holiday. If you're going cruising in LA, you better have fucking money in the bank because you can get Ubers everywhere.
Yeah.
Ubers fucking everywhere. It's
maybe
expensive.
you need to tie that into your message to them to say, listen, I'm all up for meeting up, but can you
charge a fucking commission? Yeah. By the way, I'll come and suck your dick, but you better pay for my Uber. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. At least one way.
Well, yeah, one way. I remember my first ever, I wasn't really cruising, but my first ever hookup in LA, like I come here a lot, and I had to get Uber, because I didn't know LA that well at the time, so I didn't know where the fuck I was going, so I had to get an Uber to, I think I spoke about this in last week's episode, actually.
Producer.
Yeah, and they want to fucking talk after, like it's very awkward, but I don't think you can go cruising in LA by foot. You have to go driving. You have to go get Uber.
Otherwise, you wear yourself out before you get there.
Well, it depends what you're going to do. Depends what you're going to fucking do. It depends on how adventurous you're planning to be.
Indeed.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose you're right. I suppose it is a holiday. I suppose what happens in LA stays in LA, I suppose. So unless you get an STD and you got to bring that home and sort that one out, know what I mean?
Well, you need to be careful of that in London as well, eh?
Well, but the good thing about West Hollywood, though, is it is the most incredibly gay place in the whole world. Like, it's so fucking gay. So if you want to go cruising in West Hollywood, you're going to have a fucking treat. Quite the treat.
What I've noticed, and I mean, you do get a lot of compliments when we're in London anyway, but I don't know, it just feels like we've had so many more here.
Well,
many more.
that's what I love about LA, and they're not, compliment me on my hair, my dress sense, my bedroom skills. I've shagged all of Hollywood already. I've been company for 10 years now. They all fucking know who I am.
Your little mini skirt as well.
Honestly, it's like one big like giant prep pill that everyone takes when I land in LA. Not that I'm riddled, I don't have anything. Disclaimer, I don't have any STI or anything. But they don't trust me. He's back. He's back. Fucking hell, we've all had him. I've been passed around. I was the bucking bronco. Yeah, I'm the ball in Saddle Ranch that everyone fucking rides. As I walk through, they're like, oh, they got swinging saloon doors. That's just my arse cheeks. You know what I mean?
Are you going to complain if someone puts two hands to you?
I'm never complaining if someone puts two hands. Depends where they're putting their hands. Do you know what I mean? Depends where they're putting their fucking hands. Yeah, never going to complain at that. They've all done it in LA. But I don't know, like cruising, in my experience, I find cruising really thirsty.
Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, of course it is.
Not going to say that I've never done it.
Well, we've all done it. Like, it's what Grindr was invented for, really.
Shit in South London, though. Cruising in South London. Honestly, it's like a minger fest. It's fucking disgusting. There's no one nice in South London. No one nice in South London.
Back to the cruising bit, like, we're including Grindr in that, in cruising.
Grindr would be essential in cruising because it's by your location. So you would need something like a location-based app to cruise. And then she's just going to go around with a sign. I suppose that will be acceptable in Hollywood as well. Anyone want to shag me?
Or just get an Uber driver to, like, curb crawl along. Can you imagine? No, just keep going.
I am the Hollywood whore. Can you please drive me, driver, to my next conquest? You know what I mean? But it's more glamorous in LA, though, cruising. Cruising is more glamorous in LA. Not everyone's attractive. No. Not everyone is fabulous in LA. I mean, you're here. I'm here. We're not fabulous. We're rough, right? We are rough.
Well, we are today. Later on tonight.
Yeah, a little jet lag. Do you know what I mean? Would not stop me like going to get the D though. If I was jet lag, I'm tired, but I'm still horny. Do you know what I mean? But everyone is that, in my experience on Grindr, everyone is that a little bit more attractive in LA.
Yeah.
A little bit more attractive. But well, and also everyone's visiting, so everyone's there for the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I hate though, when you're in the hotel and you've got, well, it wouldn't be this time round, but when I have done it before and I've been single in LA, I'm not even single when I've been with someone. And you've got on there, they're like 20 metres from you and you think, oh, they're in the hotel, and they're in a fucking apartment. You think, oh, that takes ages. Like, why are you not in the hotel? Started putting the hotel name in my Grindr name. I'm at the Mondrian. I'm at the not Best Western. I've never stayed in the Best Western. I'm not that fucking bad. Do you know what I mean?
But that's the other thing. Like, when you're on holiday, you don't know all the hotels in the area, so. Fine, the guy.
I do. I frequented all of them, not just because I've been staying there.
The nice ones, but what if someone did message you from like the Roosevelt or something?
I mean, I'd hit the sheet so hard if it was the Roosevelt. If it was the Best Western or like, what's that?
What's the one with they found the dead body in the rooftop?
It's the Roosevelt, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
I don't know. I can't remember actually. But when I stayed in LA. I don't know, what's the name of the hotel? Travelodge, right? So in the UK, Travelodge is a hotel, right?
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's not too bad. Fuck me, the Travelodges in the US are rough. Like, rough.
Really?
I remember staying in Southern California when I went Disneyland. And I thought, instead of trekking all the way back to Hollywood, I'll just stay in a Travelodge, right? You know, like the crime scenes where they got the little white outline of the dead body? I swear to fucking God, there was one of those outside. And it was like a motel. It was fucking horrible. And you had this generator in the room, which was like generating aircon, and it kept conking out. And you had to fucking hit the I hated it. It was the worst experience of my life. So if someone like messaged me and was like, fancy going cruising, but I'm in the Travelodge, I'm like, piss off. Piss off.
You can come to me.
Come to West Hollywood. You know? Everyone knows where we're fucking staying. No, what's worse though in fucking cruising in Hollywood? And I suppose actually I'll save this story when we talk about the next bit. But to summarise, I don't think cruising is good in any situation, but on holiday, I suppose if you've got nothing to lose, then fucking knock yourself out, go shag everyone in Hollywood. I mean,
well, also like if you're single and you come to LA and like fine, even if you're not cruising, like but you go out to the bars and the clubs here, like you could easily just pick someone up in the bar.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is that more acceptable, less acceptable? I don't know.
I don't think it fucking matters in Hollywood.
No.
Nothing, everything's acceptable in Hollywood. But I don't know whether they call it cruising here. I'll have to ask. When we go gay bars, and I'm like, do you like cruising? They're like, what, in Sunset Blvd in my car? I'm like, not that cruising, babes, not that cruising.
Yeah,
we're from very different places.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. We'll teach them a word or two, I'm sure.
My mum used to say that, like, she used to say, like, it's only when I came out that I saw the funny side of it, but she goes, like, when I got a new car, should we go out cruising? I'm like, Mum, you don't know what that fucking means. Come out cruising. I don't know, in bed with you again, like last week's episode. But yeah, cruising, I mean, if when in Hollywood or when in LA, why fucking not? Yeah. I suppose.
I don't know why that reminds me of a story of someone I know said that their aunt or their grandma messaged them and said, I'm going to my first sex party this weekend, and went on about going to this sex party. What they actually meant to say was a gender reveal party.
Oh, I love it. I love it. A similar situation. My dad once, we went my dad when he was trying to make me really straight, when he wanted me to be a captain on a boat, we spoke about this, took me to a driving range, right? Oh,
yeah.
Driving range. There was this other man there. And Dad was like, should we have a threesome? What he meant was, like, should we, like, all play golf together? But he literally
not
said,
again, Dad.
Yes, Dad. Not tonight. Come on, just give me a couple of days break. I can still taste you. Oh, God. Why is every episode now get on to shagging my parents? People are going to think I'm rotten. Well, they already think I'm rotten, don't they? Let's face it, Ronnie's a fucking filth bag. Do you know what I mean?
Moving swiftly
on to threesomes with my father. So I don't think he'd be able to get it up now, do you know what I mean? Used to be like that. Oh, God. Let's stop. But, yeah, cruising. I suppose this next part ties quite nicely in with cruising. Pour me some more wine.
Yeah.
Now, thing I don't like about this holiday, when we read between the wines in London, it's cheap because we buy it from the supermarket. Here, you have to buy it in a hotel. You're talking $50 fucking dollars.
Exactly.
$50 fucking dollars.
And then the tip as well.
Oh yeah, tip and tourist tax.
Yeah.
Fucking, this is an expensive podcast now, so you bitches better be fucking listening. You better be tuning in because we need to get paid. Anyway, yeah. I suppose, have we done that wine already?
Yeah. Oh,
fuck me.
Yeah, we did.
Oh dearie me, this is going to end very badly. I suppose the next thing we put on our little puns list after cruising, and maybe it's linked to it, maybe it's not. But what about the walk of shame, like the next day? So we will call this the Hollywood gay walk of shame. I'm so proud about these puns. They're fucking awful. But is going back to the hotel after a hookup, is that shameful? Is that shameful, leaving your hotel to go and fuck someone and then, like, do that walk of shame back to the hotel? Probably about 10 minutes later. 10 minutes, actually. That's not me. But is that shameful?
I mean, it's kind of required, surely.
We have to go back.
No. Well, you never know. But, I don't know. It's, I know that everyone talks about, you know, after you've had a shag, yeah.
Ride of that back in Bronco, aka myself.
There's always that element of shame, but, like, I'm still too high on the fantastic sex I've just had.
Well, I don't know what sex you've been having in LA, but anyway, I've got a couple of stories.
Oh, here we go.
Funny enough, guess who's got a couple of stories about the Hollywood Walk of Shame? Me. First one, I was staying at the Andaz, and I stay at the Andaz a lot, right? I love the hotel, and I've also stayed at the Mondrian. I stayed in every fucking hotel in Sunset Blvd, but I was at the Andaz, and I love both hotels, right? And I was on Grindr, and I was single at this point. I'm trying to think, which holiday was this? Was I single? Was I in a relationship? I can't remember. Just disclaimer, yes, I did have a romance when I was in a relationship with a lady, but he fucking cheated on me left, right and centre, so he fucking deserved it. Anyway, I remember leaving the Andaz, and there was this, like, really hot Hispanic guy from New York, and he was like, where are you? And I was like, I'm at the Andaz. And he was like, I'm at the Mondrian. And he was like, do you want to come over and have some fun? And I was like, already before he even said that, I'm getting dressed. I'm going over there. Like, he was beautiful. He was like this really tall, hot Hispanic man, and he was lovely. I remember, like, in obviously my, I wouldn't say desperation. I weren't desperate, but it, like, I was trying to get ready quick because I really wanted to meet this person because he was stunning.
Yeah.
I forgot at the Mondrian that you need your key card. Well, most hotels now, you need key cards, right? To access the elevators. They stopped this. They even do it in the fucking UK now.
Yeah.
I couldn't get in the fucking toilet the other day when we were in Brighton.
Yeah.
For a shag, not joking. Anyway, I walked in, and I don't know why I didn't remember this, because I've stayed at the Mondrian loads of times, but I forgot. And I went to the lift, and I pushed it. I thought, oh my God. And I saw the key card, and I thought, how am I going to do this? How am I? So I texted him, and I was like, so I'm downstairs. I said, but you're going to have to come down and meet me. Well, he weren't fucking answering. I'm just standing in the lobby at this point, and it's a busy hotel. It's parties every night at the Mondrian, so it's really happening. Like, they've got Sky Bar, which is one of the most famous bars in Hollywood, so it's always busy. And I didn't know what to do. People started staring at me. So I went over to the concierge, what they're called, like the desk, the hotel desk. And I was like, excuse me, I'm really sorry. I said, but I'm in room 301. I said, and I forgot my key. Mm-hmm. And they were like, well, can we take a name? I was like, I don't know his name.
Horny visitor.
Yeah,
22.
Yeah. I was like, and I shit myself, and I was like, shit, now they know. I couldn't even tell you the guy's name that I was meeting. What a slut. And the hotel was like, yeah, can we take a name? I was like, I didn't know what to do. Fucking luckily enough. Well, no, it was embarrassing. I was fucking embarrassed beyond because that's really frowned upon in hotels in Hollywood. Like, you're not allowed to do that. So I went. He eventually came down, and it was a bit of a mood kill at that point because I was already like embarrassed and stuff. And we went upstairs and started to do stuff, and then he wanted me like to do all sorts of things. And I was like, nah. Yeah. He's like, and he called me Papi. Come on, Papi. I was like, Papi. In his accent, it was sexy. But me, I was like, do you call me Papi? She had this fucking shitty South London accent. And in the end, we were both like, no, this isn't working. Like, and I just left, and I thought, and then I had to fucking walk of shame. Like, bearing in mind, the Mondrian and the Andaz are literally opposite each other, so it's only a short walk of shame. I thought, oh no, fuck.
But that maybe was more to do with the fact that you'd had that kind of awkward experience before the actual
it just weren't good though. Like, even we didn't have full sex, so we didn't get to that point because we quickly realised that we just weren't really compatible.
In fact, he is daddy.
Well, we were just from different worlds. Like, he was this Brooklyn guy from Brooklyn, and I was just this guy from South London. He probably couldn't even understand a word I was saying, but yeah, that was bad. And then I have another one which was even worse. It's not worse, but when I tell the story, you'll see what I mean. So I went away with family. I'll say family. Yeah. We know who I've gone away with. But there was a child with us, and then there was family with us, right? So I was bored at my brains one night. Like, it's lovely going away with family and children. Like, it's lovely. You've got loads to do in Los Angeles with kids. You've got Universal Studios, you've got Disneyland, you've got the Walk of Fame, all this. But I've done all this a million times before. Yeah. Why are you fucking yawning? Is this story boring?
The jet lag, babe. It's the jet lag.
Piss off. I'm hilarious. So yeah, I was fucking bored one night, and and this is really bad, but I was with someone at this point, but he treated me appallingly. Yeah. So I was like, what can I do? Don't know why I think what can I do to get back at you? And I was like, have an affair. In LA. This was years ago. Like, we were engaged. I'm trying to word this, so I've been engaged a few times when I'm trying to tell one of weren't you? Let's say it was just as I came out. So the wanker ex that listens to this every week, he's gonna text me did you come here? It's not him. It wasn't the most recent engaged one. It was my first one. Yeah. He's an absolute prick. Anyway, I was bored, and I downloaded Grindr, not to have an affair or not to do anything like that, but I just wanted to go out one night, and I was like, I'm as much as I love being away with family, I'm bored, and I wanted to go to the West Hollywood gay part, and because at this point I'd never been before, and my ex's friend that day said to me, I met out with my ex's friend I'd never met before, but we had a cute little day out just to get to know her, and she's like, you should go to the Abbey. Well, we went in there, me and her went in there, and she just showed me around, and I loved it, and it's one of the most famous gay bars in the world. I was like, oh, fuck it. So I downloaded Grindr, and I met two really nice guys from Germany, and they were staying at the same hotel as I was, and we got talking. They were like, "Oh, we want to go out tonight." Like, well, I started talking to one of them, and he was like, "We want to go out tonight, but my other friend will join us later. He's going to the movies." And I thought, "Oh, how boring going to the movies by yourself in LA." Anyway, I went out. Like, I'm not going to say their names. One of them I still talk to this day, and I absolutely adore. I think he's the most amazing human being. But the first one, he was just like, we went out and we was just a little bit like awkward because we had a few drinks, but we clearly had nothing in common. Right. Me being the stingy bastard that I am, we went to the Abbey and I bought, it was like 2 beers for $5. So I was like racking them up for myself. So I've got to get through this. Like, and he was just like, we just sat there in fucking silence. And
oh, that's so awkward.
Well, I got so drunk. I said to him in the end, are you gonna kiss me? What are we gonna do here? And I just made a right fool of myself. We did kiss each other, and then he started, like, in the Abbey there's like strippers, like gay strippers, right, on podiums. And you know me, that is I hate it. That. Right, so they're all like these little like Hollywood sluts. I'm not talking about that. Like, oh gosh, look at me smashing the place up, knocking the drinks everywhere. Me being I'm not talking about myself here, the Hollywood slut, even though I am. They were like stuffing dollars into these pants, and he like started stuffing like loads of dollars into this like stripper's pants, and he went to me, "You're not going to do that." I said, "No, I'm putting my fucking dollars into his pants." Not euphemism. I weren't doing that at all. I thought, no fucking way, that's my money.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I ain't.
I don't understand that. It's weird.
No, I ain't. So I'm not doing it. And I was in the end, I was like, I was so bored. I kind of got talking to a couple of British guys, and I recognised one of his outfits that he had. Like, this happens a lot, doesn't it? This happened in wherever I was before, Greece. And then like the guy that I was with, the German guy, he was like, "Oh, my friend is coming later," and I thought, "Oh God, like I bet he's just as fucking boring as you are." But he arrived, and
Where's he been in the library all evening?
Well, no, he's at cinema, weren't he?
Oh, I think
cinema. So he turned up, and I was like, "Oh God, I want to go back to the hotel now." But I actually got on really well with him, and then like we got a few more drinks, and we started like dancing on the dance floor. Anyway, we ended up, I just met these guys, and I ended up like going home with the friend that was at the cinema, which I thought, like, I had such a good night. We like ditched the other guy. We left him in a bar in West Hollywood. The guy that I went home with, sharing a room with his friend. God. So he was like, "You can't come home." I stayed at his hotel. Bearing in mind, we were staying at the same hotel. Yeah. I stayed in his room until 5 a.m. Had the most amazing evening, like doing all sorts. Like, it was just a really passionate night. And I remember getting up at 5 a.m. and thinking, I've got to go back downstairs, right? I'm sharing a room with family. So I walked in and I was like, the person was like, "Where have you been?" I thought, fucking hell, we're in LA, like, piss off. So I was like, "Oh yeah, I had a really good night." Oh my God, I was so fucking embarrassed the next day. And I suppose this is like a walk of shame, but I walked from like the floor above me back down to my hotel room. For the rest of the trip, I was paranoid that I'd see him again.
Yeah, of course.
I was paranoid because we did all sorts. We were filthy that night.
Bumped into him at breakfast.
But yeah, I didn't say. I remember going to the pool the next day and thinking, "Oh, please don't come." Bearing in mind, I didn't want my family to know that I'd done that because I was with someone back in London. So I thought, if he'd come up and was like, "Last night was amazing. You were amazing." I was. But I thought, God, if he does that in front of my family, and also
telling him the actual specifics of the night as well in front of your family, can you imagine?
Fucking hell. But anyway, I suppose this is a walk of shame, but I, really had a good night with him, and actually we still talk to this day.
Oh, okay.
Still talk to this day. We did say, look, maybe at one point we'd cross paths again in LA at one point, but I don't think, well, we will. Maybe one day we will. But I was going to go to Germany to see him.
Okay.
Yeah. That'd be like a flight of shame, wouldn't it? I'd go to Germany and like bone him and then like get the flight of shame back. But obviously not now, but yeah.
When I was younger, and as I said before, like, I wasn't really that fussed about the walk of shame, like too busy on a high of getting laid. All
right, Mr. Stud.
the 2 times it ever happened.
Made me swallow my expensive Californian wine.
But the thing that I always hated the most is the fact that if I hadn't prepared and taken a toothbrush with me, I just think, oh my God, my breath really stinks as I leave.
Of what?
Well.
Oh my God.
But that's it. Like I was like, I've got to get on a tube, or I've got to walk around the corner, or if I want to stop in a shop and buy something, like a drink or something. All I'm gonna know is that, oh my god, my breath absolutely reeks.
It's Hollywood, baby. Everyone's done. Like, listen, it's once you've got some of the most glamorous people, but some of the most fucking skankiest people in Hollywood, right? So I don't think you'd fit right. Maybe in the homeless community, you would fit right in.
I see you downtown.
But look, my most recent trip, like I didn't have a Hollywood romance. I didn't do the Walk of Shame, but a couple of years before I met a guy in Hollywood, and this isn't a walk of shame, but we had a bit of a romance.
Okay.
And I really fell for this guy. Like I thought he was an American, California. I love that. Like I was like, oh my god. And he like started was only there for 10 days, but a lot could happen in 10 days. Trust me. He was talking about like coming to London to meet me and this and that.
Wow.
And like me like coming out to LA, and then he'd speak of the future and us like moving in together, and because I was like, I really want to live in LA. He was like, well, you just come move in with me. And I was like, oh my god, like I really want to do this. And then we just stopped speaking, and I was really fucking angry at him. Last year when I went to LA at the time with a partner, guess who fucking walked in the hotel? I didn't say this at the time to my partner, but said guy who I fell for in LA walked into the hotel by the pool. I'm sitting like this. I was fucking furious. I don't know if he recognised me because I didn't have this like pink hair, and I wasn't that like flamboyant. It's just hard to believe, isn't it? I weren't flamboyant. I weren't that flamboyant back then.
You said that was the same with the producer. Like when you bumped into him, he didn't recognise you because
I got pink hair now.
You emerged from the chrysalis.
As I said last week, everyone identifies me by my arse, so I should have just bent over. Oh, I remember you.
Oh, yeah. It's like no longer needing fingerprint technology, it's arsehole technology. Hello.
Yeah. Turn it. Oh, God. No thanks. Maybe a fist. No. I've not been fisted. Fuck that.
Maybe this time, babe. Maybe this time.
No one's fisting me. You can piss right off. There's no way a fist is going in my arse. Who wants to be fucking fisted?
I think it's be a bit uncomfortable. What if it never shrinks back?
Oh, fucking hell. It's
Going to the toilet will be a different experience.
I keep knocking drinks everywhere. I've got to sort myself out. Maybe it's the jet lag.
Take the wine away.
No, you fucking won't. Not for this price, you know what I mean? But yeah, the walk. I mean, I don't really give a shit about the Hollywood Walk of Shame.
No,
I've done it
I think
plenty
it's
times before.
I think it's what it is.
I just love, like, when I was like, was I single or was I with someone? I can't remember. I was like, just going back to the room to get my other flip flops. These ones were hurting. I was going upstairs. Not even 5 hours. Didn't take that long. I had fucking time limit. I thought they'll clock at one point. You just go back to the hotel room, have a quick fucking shag with someone in the hotel, go back to the pool, act like nothing had happened. Yeah, those were the days. But no, like it doesn't bother me. Like I think cruising. Yeah, I'm not a cruiser. Is that a word? Is that what it is? I don't know. But the Walk of Shame, I don't think anyone gives a shit in Hollywood. I don't think anyone cares. Everyone's doing it. But I think it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, no.
Judge someone by the hotel they're staying at. Like.
That's what I mean. That's what
taking the shitty budget hotel. I'm like, probably don't want to shag you.
It's kind of one of the criteria. Is like, are you top or bottom? What should I tell you stay?
Yeah. Me being the judgmental bitch that I am, obviously I had this impression. It's so like judgmental, and I suppose they thought it about me. But German people, I thought I've never really I don't know anyone from Germany, but in my experience when I've been to Germany, like I don't like them very much. Okay. No, I don't, because when I went to see Beyonce, they were fucking awful, awful to me in Germany.
Nice experience of, where was that? Was it Berlin?
Cologne.
Oh, okay.
Cologne.
No, I went to Berlin. They were really nice there.
But yeah. But anyway, one of them. The other one was really nice as well, but he was very silent and reserved. And you know me and my mouthy bitch, so I like talk. But the other one, I loved. Actually, I would say I kind of fell for him a little bit over the years, but he obviously we're in just different places in life. But yeah, he came. I feel really bad. He came to London once, and I thought, maybe we'll reunite and do the Walk of Shame in London. But I worked late. And he was really upset with me that I couldn't meet up with him. And I thought, it's quite bad. But I did send him the link to his podcast. I was like, yes. And he's like, I don't have Spotify. I was like, well, it's on Apple Music now. You've got no fucking excuse. Maybe I'll text him, like, you might get a little mention in this one.
There we go.
But yeah, that was fun. That was fun. But yeah, I suppose. All right, so cruising. walk of shame. What about things like... so I've kind of touched upon this already, right? So I had a man at home at the time.
Yeah.
Well, one of the times. I've been coming here for years. I can't remember.
We were on a break.
Fucking weren't. He's cheated on me left, right, centre back in the UK, so I thought, fuck you.
Yeah.
I don't really care anymore. I was checked out at that point, do you know what I mean? I checked out the relationship. It's like about bollocks anyway. Oh, fuck it. What am I losing from this?
Yeah.
I ain't coming to LA and not fucking slutting myself around. Oh, shit, did I tell... I don't know if I spoke about this, but that I had another little romance. And this, I suppose, was a walk of shame. And at the time, I was at Mondrian. Everyone's going to listen to this think, what slag? Like, God.
If they don't know that about you by now,
they should know it. That boy, I say little boy, he weren't little. that sounds weird. But that American boy, did I tell you about the American boy from Washington?
Yeah.
He was... I mean, it was twice the size. I say height. This is height. Twice the size. Well, I was really tall. Like, it's really cute little like ginger guy, which I think ginger people are so fucking hot anyway. But he'd invite me to his room, and again, I was with family at this point, so I had to be like discreet. Dare I tell my family that I'm, not going back to the hotel room to freshen up? Well, I suppose freshen up to an extent, but go and do something quick. He was like, oh, come to my room. And he had like this massive... I was staying at the Mondrian as well. It's expensive hotel, right? But he had this fucking huge room. And I was like, how the fuck at his age is he affording this?
Yeah.
We finished up and did what we did. And then he was like, oh, God, you looked at his tie. He's like, you better go. My parents are coming up. I was like, parents? I thought, please don't tell me I just slept with a minor. Didn't. But he was a lot younger than I was. Let's put it that way. He was very, he was of legal age, but he was young. And I was like, that is shameful. So I had to walk back to the room and put my sunglasses on. Sorry, I had a bit of an upset stomach. I sit in the hotel room for quite a while. Bullshit. What are some good excuses? When I got used to want to do a bit of fun in Hollywood and walk away from my family, there's only so many times you can say you need to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
What's a fucking reasonable excuse to say to your family members? 1 minute, I just need to fuck off because I want to have sex with someone.
Start an argument. I'd say, I need some space to walk off.
That's a good idea. That's narcissistic. That's right up my street. And that's the sort of thing I'd do. I'm so fucking angry. I need to go take 15 minutes, a little bit more than that. I need to take 20 minutes to cool down. Come back sweating and all flushed face. I'm still really angry, can't you tell?
Yeah, just wipe your moustaches.
Is that my job, math? I White Russian.
Mayonnaise.
Oh. Little cum shot round the face. That's what we all need in Hollywood, you know what I mean?
But I don't know, what excuse?
I need to go to the toilet. I've got upset stomach. I don't know, I want to get changed.
I need to go to pharmacy for something. The first pharmacy I went to didn't have it, so I had to walk a bit further. That's a long fucking walk. CVS, right at the end of the road. Trust me, where we are right now, you're talking a 25-minute walk there, 50 minutes. That's enough to shag at least 3 people. Yeah, exactly.
Well, it depends on how.
Call it a slag crawl.
Yeah. Little sluttiness in Sunset Blvd, you know what I mean?
The crawler thing.
God, everyone knows I used to come to this place with my family. Now all of my friends are going to think I was just some massive whore here, which I was. But we've had some lovely family moments here as well.
Well, that's important.
We love a bit of incest in a lane. I'm joking.
Here we go again.
Listen, it weren't me bringing up the incest. It was you. I quote you from about 4 episodes ago. Oh, Uncle, fancying you here. Want to sack you off in the toilet, Uncle? That was you, not me. But then me laying in bed with my parents naked last week. I don't know. Well, it didn't happen last week. It happened 10 years ago. But yeah, I suppose you could use the pharmacy. Problem is though, when you go away with your family all the time, they know where that fucking pharmacy is.
Yeah. Oh, I'll come with you. Can you get me some?
Yeah.
Paracetamol.
Well, paracetamol. But yeah, I don't think that you can't use the pharmacy one in Hollywood because, and also that's bullshit because you'd have bought all your fucking pain meds, you'd have bought all your medication from the UK.
I suppose that's true.
So I don't know if you could use that one. But yeah,
if I think of any more, I'll use them.
Let me know for the excuses I can use when I'm away on this trip. I'm just going to the toilet. Coming back dripping, leaving a trail of. Oh no!
Oh, we talked about you swallowing your own shit the other week.
I'm not talking about shit. I mean a trail of white stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
Put a cork up there. Maybe just save the cork from this fucking bottle of wine. Need that for later. But yeah. Okay, so, see, we digress. See how quick we digress. So I was about to bring this up, but then we've just gone on a massive slut fest. Bringing it back to being with someone, and I was a bit of a whore. I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit of a whore because we love being a whore in LA. But what about? So we called this one Lights, Camera, Action, a Hollywood romance. Does it count if your man is at home? Can you have a Hollywood romance, and is it acceptable, or can you just go back to your partner and forget it even happened? Is it wrong?
I would say I think it's wrong.
It's 100% wrong. Come on,
it's cheating.
Depends who the wanker is at home, though, doesn't it?
That would be my exception. Like you've mentioned, obviously you did do it.
I have done it, but I'm not saying I was right.
No, but based on the state of your relationship when you left,
that's not the thing that was the state. Something was ploughed right in. You know what I mean?
But yeah, no, I don't think there's no excuse for cheating in my book.
No, of course not. Of course not. But it is a little bit fun in Hollywood. No, it's not acceptable.
Although it makes me think of that episode of Friends where Ross and Rachel got to he laminated a card of 5 celebrities that if he met they were allowed to cheat on.
Oh,
do you remember that?
I don't watch Friends. I'm not a Friends fan.
Okay.
I kind of liked it every now and again, but I'm not a massive Friends fan. I think it's fucking boring. I remember
that episode, and obviously Ross took it to the extreme and laminated his little card, and actually he ended up meeting someone and then figured it.
Laminate. That's what people have got that of me. They laminate me. Good job, my passport's wiped clean. That's what I do. That's like my little badge in LA. I'm from the UK. Want to shag me? Because they love the accent.
They do love the accent.
They love the fucking accent in LA. Do you know that's one good thing about being a British person in Los Angeles? You can pick up anyone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to put it on. Like, obviously, I'm from South London, and it's not a nice accent. It's really harsh, and like we've said this on the podcast.
Your best actor enunciate.
It's like people think when we do this podcast that I'm sitting by a mic and you're standing in the next room. Like
I'm locked in a closet.
Friends have said to you to speak up more, but it's actually I talk too fucking loud. It's probably me that's making you sound quiet, because we do have 2 mics. For those that wonder, it's not just one mic. Yeah. There's actually 3 mics. We have 3 mics, but you've actually got 2, and I've got 1, and that just shows you how fucking loud I am. But no, going back to the original point, I don't think cheating is acceptable.
No.
But it is easy to have a holiday romance with someone. It is easy.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, in the world of Grindr nowadays.
Oh, I wouldn't say Grindr's a place for a romance. Grindr's a place for a fucking hookup. Yeah. Hookup. But
holiday romances happen. Like, not to say that my parents met as a holiday romance.
Ooh, that's a bit saucy.
Yeah, no, my dad was over here.
Were they with anyone?
No, I don't know.
Are you sure?
Although my mum has mentioned other men that she was
frequent with,
interested in.
She's got bag puss. Did I literally just say your mum's got a baggy pussy? That's a horrible thing to say.
Right, she's in her 80s now, so bless her.
It's like my mum's tits falling down the stairs last week.
Just to be clear, I've never inspected my mother's downstairs.
How do you know your mum's got a baggy pussy then? Sounds a bit suspect to me. Seen pictures? Why do we always get back to having
disgusting.
People are going to think we're weird.
Well,
we are. But oh god, how did we get to this point?
People do go away on holiday, and especially if you only go away with friends. But people do go away and cheat.
Yeah.
Thinking that they'll never get found out.
I suppose a holiday romance is acceptable if you're single, right? But if you're with someone, it's like no romance is acceptable, in my opinion. I suppose it's a bit rife in the gay world. But I would say that I don't think you could accept or, condone any form of cheating on anyone. I mean, and I say this from someone that has done it and been there. Like, it's not acceptable. It's not a good thing. I'm not saying that I was right back then. I had my reasons. I was a lot younger as well. You're talking nearly 10 years ago. Well, actually, it
Yeah.
was 10 years ago. It was like, no, not quite 10 years. It was like 7 years ago. So
Yeah.
I was younger, but I didn't regret it.
Or take an eggs and then cheat on them while they're there, just to show them.
You literally throwing me under the bus here. Or cheat with the current partner is fine. But no, I don't think it's acceptable. But I don't know. LA is fun though.
Yeah, like
it's fun. It's really fucking easy.
24 hours. Well, so are you, babe, but 24 hours here.
I'm what? 24 hours? Yes, I am.
But no, like my
I have a
first,
clocking system now when it comes to sleeping with me. You clock in, you clock out, a charger.
like the Mondrian elevator.
Yes. My key cards for my bum or for my body. Everyone's got one in that hotel. Such a slut.
But yeah, I think if you are anywhere abroad or home and you want to shag someone else, you should end what you're in beforehand.
What you're in? Ooh. Everything's a euphemism, isn't it? Everything comes back to that.
Yeah.
Is it inappropriate to say I've slept with someone in Hotel Ziggy?
No.
Well, it weren't Hotel Ziggy, it was the Grafton on Sunset.
It's the same building. As long as it's not this room.
Probably. Cut the rooms.
I didn't think these sheets should have been changed in a while.
No, so you got to fucking, what they call, the housekeeping staff have really let themselves go. I'm like, yep, that's me. Yep,
No,
that's him.
I would just like to caveat to say that this hotel has been fabulous so far.
It's wonderful. Every hotel, well, not every hotel, but most hotels in Sunset Blvd is wonderful.
Exactly.
We love the Grafton on
purely
Sunset.
Joking.
Oh,
Purely
shit.
joking.
Knocking stuff around again,
Sorry.
knocking stuff. We've been very clumsy.
Yeah.
Blame the jet lag on the wine. The
Yeah.
Californian wine gets to you, see. It's got a lot more proof than the shitty Pinot Grigio or Chardonnay that you get from
exactly, yeah.
Sainsbury's. You know what I mean? God, everyone thinks we're such sluts. But anyway, wow.
How well they know us.
Yeah, well, same everyone here. They all know. They'll know who you are by the end of the trip, anyway.
Exactly. Oh, we didn't even do the shout outs because that reminds me of the story of before we came here.
Oh my God, this is me. I always like move on too quickly. I'm not talking about partners here. We're talking about shout outs. Yes, we need to shout out. This is meant to be the start of the fucking episode, but now we've got to do it towards the end.
Yeah.
But before we came away, we had a really lovely night. Really lovely night with two very dear friends of ours that we absolutely adore, Rose and Laurie. Like, we had such a good night.
We did indeed.
We ditched Eurovision.
We did.
We ditched Eurovision
Just as
because,
well. It was a appalling shit show.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. Fucking.
But it reminded me, so big shout out to Rose and Laurie, but it reminded me of the fact that I love that despite actually not living around this area, unlike Rose and Laurie do, everyone in the pub knew who I was over who they were. So I'm very sorry for stealing your local Rose and Laurie.
We do go there quite a bit.
We do go there quite a lot, yeah.
We do go quite a bit, and I do know who we are.
We
But
do
anyway,
cause a scene as well, quite often. Well,
everywhere I go is a scene. It's one thing I can't do over here. Can't cause scene.
Yeah, I know
Get
you've
fucking
been
arrested.
I thought you'd been very well behaved so far.
I got no choice. I don't want to end up in a jail.
Well, police with the guns here.
Ooh, that sounds hot. But anyway, look, we're digressing again. Back to Rose and Laurie. Yeah, we had such a good night. Drunk so much fucking wine that I can't really remember getting home. I'm not going to lie, I can't remember getting home. But it was lovely. And we do adore you. We love you.
Yeah, we
And
do.
we're shouting you out from the US of A.
Absolutely, yeah.
And we will be back
Very soon.
very well. I don't want to say, I don't want to think about that yet because I love being here. It's my favourite place in the world, as everyone knows.
Yeah.
Everyone fucking knows.
Well, we still have 9 days left of fun and laughter and things to do.
And who knows, I might not return. Every time I leave, like every time I get to the end of a trip in LA, I'm like, do I need to go back? Does earning money and living with family or seeing family really matter anymore? Nah, let's just stay here. But obviously,
That's the kind of place that when you find a place where you go on holiday that you don't really... Because at the end of a lot of holidays, you quite often think, oh, I'm ready to go back now. But when you find a place where you're saying, I'm not ready to go back yet, that's when you know it's...
I always cry on my last night here. I always have a little moment, take myself off. That's the excuse! That's the excuse! Just going to go take myself off, have a moment. Bang! There we go. We've come up with an excuse.
Perfect
See?
excuse.
Taking it back to 20 minutes ago about that. Yeah, that's going to be my excuse this trip. But anyway, I think we should wrap this one up.
Yeah, I agree.
Because we've got lots of exploring to do. And I'm
do,
not just
yeah.
talking about every guy in Hollywood's body and arsehole. But we've got lots to do. We've got lots planned. But we will be back next week with a slightly shorter episode.
Yeah,
slightly little bite-sized one because we're having a little bit of a week off.
Yeah.
We are on holiday, but we will obviously be back.
Yeah.
Because people are asking for it.
We're in demand.
We are in demand, which is nice. We've had lots of positive feedback and the views have been pretty amazing. So we will be back next week, but it'll be a very bite-sized one because we'll be here living our best life still.
Yeah, exactly,
Yes, so it will be very short and brief, but we will still be here.
Filled with all your favourite content, swearing, rudeness. We'll try and avoid the incest topic.
Yeah, we'll try to. We probably won't. We probably won't avoid the incest stories.
Maybe it's time to move on to another inappropriate.
Everything's inappropriate what we talk about. So yeah, we will be back with a load of offensive conversation stuff which make people gasp, laugh, cry. As Roy said, cry. Tears of laughter, I'd hope. But anyway, we will be back next week. But as always, you can follow us on RBTW Official on TikTok and...
You can email us at rbtwofficial@gmail.com.
And we will answer every question and we will give every shout out possible. Really sorry there wasn't that many this week. We wanted to prioritise Rose and Laurie because they're so amazing. So this was them. We doesn't mean to say we didn't have so many positive messages and feedback. We will shout you out next week. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. And we shall sign off in LA. We will be back next week with a bite-sized version in Los Angeles as well. But for now, we're going to say goodbye. We're going to go and ride that ball again. You know what I mean? And we will see you at the clinic next week. The week after. Wave. Give us a wave and you know that we've been shagging every person in Hollywood. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.